All right. Got to be honest. I am hurting in unique and interesting ways. Yeah. The last couple, I don't know. I've just been cooking, cooking the brain a little bit here. Under the weather, pounding headache, waking up, cold start, but we got to go. Interesting developments of the last 24 hours. I think I finally mapped out everything. So this is going to be just stream of consciousness thing. So I noticed in the conversations of the last couple weeks since I've upgraded the capabilities of our AI and all that stuff, all these conversations result into these spec inspecting questions. They're spec testing everything. Can your platform do this? Can you do that? Can it do this hypothetical edge case? And what if this happens? And I was just kind of confused because I feel like I didn't change the front end. I didn't change the pitch fundamentally. It felt very similar to me. And it wasn't until like yesterday that I was just over it. I was like, wow, I'm not complicating the sale. It doesn't feel like I'm saying anything that crazy. I know how to communicate in a simple and concise way. And it's because this kind of epiphany occurred where people don't spec test humans, they spec test technology. And what I mean by that is when the pitch was, hey, there's two things that you get with our program. You need something to sell and someone to sell it to. That's what you need. We give you something to sell. So we have a list of vetted partners that have these services that you already want to offer under your own brand, and you can repackage and brand it as your own with all the case studies, testimonials, reviews, etc. And we have someone to sell it to. So that's where we come in with our AI acquisition system, and we make sure that you're able to get as many booked meetings as possible automatically without you having to do a lot of manual prospecting. That's the pitch, right? That's the pitch that's been working. And I didn't know why, because what changed, all that happened, the only thing that we added in was like, oh yeah, we have technology that makes those partners obsolete. You can just have AI do all the work, which sounds better in theory. But what ends up happening is people start going, could it do this? And then all of a sudden you're a technology platform where people are asking all these things, looking to inspect the technology. And I was very confused as to why this was happening. And the sales cycle was getting longer, but it wasn't happening with the other ones. And I think it's because they don't have a frame of reference because the technology is so novel, which is completely reasonable. Like they're just trying to wrap their heads around what is possible because technically, yes, I can do all the things that they're saying. I just don't want to do all the things that they're saying because I fall into the same trap that I've been preaching against, which is the custom work loop. Long story short, what I found out is it's much more approachable for a prospect to go, oh, there's a team of people that delivered this service for 14 years and all the case studies, testimonials, results are handled for me. I don't have to think about it. And it's more socially acceptable to just go, okay, that person offers this service. And it ends there. That's the extent of the inspections and specifications. All they need to see is these are people, they've been around a long time, they have a lot of case studies. Rather than, hey, here's a AI system that you don't know how it works, even though technically that is a better business unit, it doesn't confer the value in the pitch. It's something they can't wrap their minds around. You're trying to sell someone an iPhone in 1998, and no one even knows what a cell phone is. There's just no conception of that. So the pitch now is very simple. We're just going to keep it simple how it was working before. And the AI stuff, if they want to know about it, cool, but it's secondary. So putting this all together, since I realized these are versions, the overall funnel path logic is finally mapping in my head to where it works and it's scalable. And we hit this quadfecta, I dubbed it. So I want B2C for a shortened sales cycle. I want high net worth individuals, Main Street millionaires, essentially anybody through the entrepreneurship, through acquisition, or they buy a laundromat, buy a vending machine, buy a car wash, whatever. Those guys, real estate investors, fix and flippers, anybody that's like in that $500,000 to $5 million net worth, they already speak in the terms that we talk about, right? We don't need to go ultra high net worth or high net worth individuals in the technical sense of the definition. Main Street millionaires. And then the third thing is we need to make sure that it's not this inspectable thing, right? The spec test where I talk about our platform and then I can't be bombarded with 15 technical support, edge case things, customizations, because then the sales cycle is extended. Plus we're building stuff that is custom and bespoke. And that's not the whole point of what we're doing. The whole point is leverage, right? We want maximum profit per unit with the least work per unit. That's the dream, right? So just saying, hey, yeah, we have services and partners that just do this all for you. You don't have to think about it. It's all vetted. That's enough for that conversation for them to feel good. And then we just point them to the case studies. How it gets done, it doesn't matter. Just like what I said to them in their pitch, how their clients don't care how it gets done. They just care that it is done. Same thing here. They don't care how it's done. They just care it is done. And they don't have a frame of reference for technology, because as soon as you say technology, they start going down the feature list, which is the opposite of the conversation you want to be having, especially when you're trying to sell someone. So that's the third part. And then the fourth part of this is essentially framing it like an asset/license without getting into actual securities language. I think Gym Launch is the closest proxy for this. So it's just like a business in a box. We give you the IP, etc. So the pitch stays the same. Now, in terms of what we do with the actual technology that we have, there's a couple different ways to think about this. One of which is, I think, all the AI, if you heard in the pitch, the first part of the pitch, there's like, you need something to sell and someone to sell it to. The someone to sell it to thing is actually, we're already using the language of AI outbound. We just were not like that language is the same, but what's happening behind the scenes is getting increasingly point and shoot rather than, hey, buy an inbox and warm the inbox and send the email and cut. No, that's not necessary anymore. Like, we'll make it completely automated to where it just is an outbound department where they point and shoot, and then they just outsource the work to a partner. That's it. And they collect a margin. And that is a mental model, because then we don't get spec tested, so to speak, where they're like, okay, but can you it sends emails and books calls. That's what it does. Do you want calls or not? That's where we're leading with. And like this hypothetical, could it do this for this client and this use? No. It's out of scope, dude. And any of the cool AI fulfilled offers that we do have behind the scenes just become bonuses, just cool stuff that they get. But it's just such an education and paradigm shift that it's hard to believe. It's literally unbelievable, and it's not an unassailable position. And it puts us in that weird, it feels like I'm selling enterprise SaaS, selling a CRM, and they're just like, my team does this. And I'm like, why is this so difficult to sell? So just the whole flow of this. Low ticket front end to say, hey, don't build the thing yourself. Get someone else to build it for you. They get on that call. We become the person that builds it for them with the offer that I just laid out. It's 2 steps. You need something to sell, someone to sell it to. We have partners that could do all the work for you, and we have a way for you to book a bunch of meetings automatically with AI. Now they have an onboarding call, and I think the paradox of choice, the more choices people have, the less likely they are to take action, is coming into play, because really we have all this stuff. We have ads, and we have SEO, and we have AI ranking, and GEO, and whatever. We have too many offers for them that it hurts their ability to execute. What we're going to do is lean into custom AI SEO plans, where it's like, hey, dude, the easiest thing for you to do based on everything you told me is just rank stuff on ChatGPT. We have a partner for that. Reason for that, it's a really hot offer. Also, it matches my expertise exactly, because it's just PR, right? That's what we did. And I'm good at PR and outbound. I'm an expert in both. That's what I did. I did hundreds and hundreds of campaigns just like that. And so any objection that they come through, or any weird technicality, I'm probably able to help them. And that way we don't have each person, each student in the group having a completely different business model, right? Oh yeah, I do paid ads for landscapers is way different than I do automations for e-com, way different than I do AI SEO for real estate agent, whatever. It just gets so complex, and the skill set wouldn't transfer for the onboarding call, because I need to get me out of it. So it's just going to be AI SEO. And then if they want to have upsell packages from the other AI fulfilled offers in the network, cool, we have that. They can add that on and bolt it on. But now I know, like, I can give them the pricing and the scripts and the sales scripts and the outreach copy and how it all works and the partner. Like, it all is systematized, and it's a great way for them just to get quick wins. It's a hot offer, and we know how to do it with the newsletter method that I invented. So that's good. Like, it matches completely psychographically speaking, because anybody that wants to be featured in a newsletter wants third-party credibility, which means they want the credibility from ChatGPT and AI search engines. So it's just a layup sale. And I think it allows people to just win at a massive scale and beat everybody. And that's what we want. We want our students to win as fast as possible and beat everyone. So yeah, that's the flow. Like, really, we're helping people start AI search ranking agencies 80% of the time. That's what we're going to recommend, unless they have an exception. And that's the direction we're going to point them in. And then if they want to add a la carte services on top of that. We have partners that can do that for them. And then eventually I'll automate the GEO, the AI SEO stuff with our own folder method, because why not? But I think that works. I think everything works this way. All the stars are aligned. Closer is full-time now, which is good. So we're going to get him calls. We got his first call closed. That deal went through, thank God. I had a call close yesterday, so that's 2. And we just need 3 a week. 3 a week. That's all we need to do. 3 times 4.33. And then we get there. Then we get to 100K in our first month. Take that money, dump it into the front end, and then right off into the sunset, so to speak. Other thoughts that are top of mind are just like support for the community. I have a lesson to do today, and I am absolutely cooked. Like, I am hurting, if you can't tell. Like, I'm like talking to you with my eyes closed. We'll get them some cool stuff, close some deals. And then for the community, we're going to produce a bunch of videos and content now that I have all those lessons scripted. And then we're going to train an AI on all the lessons and then have that be in the chat. That way, like when we start to scale, it's just, hey, just talk to AI Chase and have AI, because yeah, it's all my knowledge. So I guess it's fair to say that. And then that should decrease support immensely. And yeah, because the thing is, if you build a tech company, you're going to have tech support. What's cool about AI is I can make an AI company and make the AI do the support. So yeah, it's just the shape of what we've already been doing. I'm just trying to connect the dots backwards. It's just a lot of stuff rattling around in the brain, and just seeing it all clearly connect is good. Now I can see the whole flow from front end to where we're at now, why it works, what offers are going to run, what's the easiest thing. Because dude, if they get in the program and they try to sell Facebook ads to an e-com brand via cold email, like that is just like triple stacked against them. Like, it's so hard to do that as an agency without a great foot in the door. And I just know how to package the AI SEO thing. And I know our cold outreach method will work. It will get bites. They'll have meetings. And then eventually we can get the AI outbound infrastructure. If we get that live, then it's just really point to shoot. And I just want it to be idiot proof, where like literally I have my agency name is this, and I want to sell AI SEO. My newsletter is this, and I want to reach out to people in Scottsdale and sell lawyers this. Help. And it just builds the campaign. Books the calls, they show up. And then now that gap is book calls, service provider does all the work, and then that gap is where the education component comes in, where we have tons of resources on how to actually run that business, close those deals, and eventually hire a closer for them, operator, property manager, however you want to call it, to then come in and then manage the day-to-day and actually scale the business. And that is just a recruiting partnership away. It's just, hey, you have closers that want to get placed. That's cool. And it's just the value prop to the other education company that if they're training closers, we can just get them cool offers. So yeah. And then all of that works too, because we still have everything being built on my Rails, and we have HiveMind and all of that top secret project stuff that I may allude to, or I've already told you. So yeah, that's the thing. Everything's lining up. You know what I mean? All the foundations lining up, and now I think we have a clear path. We can get to 100K in a month. And that's good. That's good, because like we're already what? If these 2 onboarding calls go well, which they should, because I'm going to make them go well, that's 16 this week. And then if we get one more, that could be 3 deals, and then 3 deals a week, man. We're there. So that's the goal. We got to reactivate what we can. Write ads still. That's still a constraint. I've just been on calls and trying to map this all in my head, honestly, to make it all fit. And I think it all fits now. So that's what's happening. The road to $1 million a month. Hopefully I can heal, because I'm just hurting. I'm hurting in special types of ways that it's really annoying. Catch you in the next one.